Rearranging all the foods.
Our little shack in
Yeah.
blowing cold snow.
Yeah.
Big windstorm out there.
Flash at the top. I got flashes.
The roadway flashes.
Yeah,
for-
plus some of the ignited ones. So those
okay.
ones. Flares. That's the
All
word I'm
right, so
looking
you're
for.
on the ball.
I'm on
Okay,
the
very
course.
good. I brought the Jack Daniels.
Well, that's good.
You can't fish.
That booze or pot.
Oh, you brought pot?
Pot, yeah.
Okay, good.
Plus, I bought pizza for after the pot. I got a pizza oven. Got a pizza on the go right now.
That's fantastic.
I know it's fantastic.
You know
Listen,
what?
I built this stuff with my bare hands.
That's great. You know, we could live here. We don't got to go back. We don't have to go back. I don't like my job.
I got a shitty job anyways. What do I do?
What do you do? You've never told me.
I go around the streets and pick rags and sell them.
No one's done that since the 30s and the Depression.
I know. Well, times are hard.
It's been pretty scarce for rags.
I
No,
know.
you should have picked a more lucrative profession, like picking up cans. Don't pick up rags, you pick up cans. And look at your talents have been going to waste. You made this pizza oven completely made out of stones, and
That's right.
of course you do know in the summer when the ice melts, this will all sink.
That's a sad thing. Every year I have to rebuild the whole thing.
Well, that's good. That shows that you have initiative. I mean, if we're gonna not return back to civilization and just stay here,
We're gonna have to figure out a way to keep this thing afloat.
you know, we're gonna have to kill animals to eat.
Beavers mostly.
What about the deer? There's got to be deer out there.
Anyways, there's the pizza. It's ready. It's pepperoni.
Look, it's rock hard.
The oven doesn't really work. It's just like one of those easy bake ovens.
You've got a light bulb in there attached to a die-hard battery. Well, it is a bit more. It did melt it a bit.
It did melt it.
Now we got to be patient. Like the Inuit, they would stand by a breathing hole for a seal. You got to stand there a long time until the seal comes.
Is there any way to attract?
It's like life. When you try, you've always got to keep your refuge, your sanctuary, where you can go and rejuvenate.
Finding a blowhole is like rejuvenation.
Oh, it's like your place, your sanctuary. And without it, you die. And that's where that's your weakness too. Because if someone wants to kill you and hunt you, they go to your sanctuary.
That's in the movies. They always say whenever someone disappears, they go off to hide from the bad guy. And
right.
they think, where would they go? And they always go to a place that you don't normally go to.
But no one's gonna find me here,
Why
even
not?
though I owe the Mafia $100 grand.
100 grand.
100 grand. That's why I'm not going back. I'm gonna live out here in the woods. They'll never find me. I hope.
Listen, you got some of that Jack Daniels?
I got plenty of Jack Daniels. Then I also stole this from the back of the truck, owned by the Mafia.
Oh boy, yeah. What is it?
Illegal Jack Daniels. Go ahead, you drink as much as you want. Now, is there anyone out after your ass? You pay all your bills and everything. It'll melt and go down into the lake.
Can we have a seat?
Well, what's your reason for staying out here? Just because you're a rag picker? You don't like your job?
Yeah, well, what's your job?
Well, I used to be a hitman. I would go and hit people for the Mafia. I didn't kill them.
You would just hit them like
just
with
hit
a punch in the face?
Well, I'd hit them. I was the shoulder guy. I'd hit them in the shoulder. I was the first line of warning.
Oh, I see. Okay, and then there'd be a guy behind you. So how do they...
And each time the next guy would
It was
be
a little
worse.
bit worse, right? Like the shoulder guy.
I was the first guy. I could be friendly. Say, pow! I punch him in the shoulder. That'd be kind of almost like I'd be friendly, but I punch pretty hard.
So you got too friendly with the clients. That's why you owe them $100,000.
Well, I know I owe them $100,000 because there was a poker game and they all went out to the back room to smoke joints and. Well, I picked up all the money, put it in a shopping bag, and left.
Why don't you just give it back to them?
Oh, I want to be rich.
Oh, I see.
I want 100 grand.
I
You know what they're paying me? Minimum wage.
Right.
Minimum wage to go punch someone
They
in
pay
the
by
shoulder.
the hour? That's interesting.
Yeah, so I didn't get paid too much. How long does it take to punch someone?
A minute.
A minute. I hardly made any money.
That's
Okay,
25
give me the
cents.
first hour. I'd say, look, you got to pay me for 1 hour, even if I do a minute.
This
But-
seems like some fly-by-night kind of mafia organization. I mean, who really was it? Italian Cosa Nostra?
That was Lloyd's Automotive.
Lloyd's Automotive? It's the
They're
mafia.
trying to start their own mafia thing. I wants to be a tough guy, and he said he wanted to start his own mafioso. And I said, well, sure, okay, well, count me in. And he said, I was be the punch guy.
Lloyd is the name of the mafia.
Lloyd's Automotive.
It's not a name that inspires fear.
Try and bring your car there and get your drive shaft replaced. Well, that would strike fear into me. I don't trust mechanics. Mechanics are not trustworthy.
But what about Lloyd?
Wouldn't trust him with my car, that's for sure. But he doesn't make very much money because he's a lousy mechanic. So he figures he'll go into the Mafia.
Is he a Don?
Well, his middle name's Don. Lloyd Don's Automotive.
Right.
His last name is Automotive. That's why he became a mechanic.
Ah, I see. How do you spell Don?
D-A-W-N. He's very touchy about that because, of course, it's a girl's name.
Right.
That's why he wants to start the Mafia, to prove his manhood.
I understand. He's sick and tired. It's like a boy named Sue. He's sick
That's
and tired
right.
of being...
That just changes your whole life. You have to be aggressive. You have to try and prove yourself as a man because you've got a woman's name.
Did you hear that? Beavers are here. You want to let them in?
Well, fine, okay. They're dragging in a branch. Firewood for your oven?
For the oven, yeah.
I think they want treats. You've got them trained with treats, I suppose.
Yes, I got them trained. They like it if it's from you, yeah. Stranger, right? You have to gain their trust.
All right. Well, let's see. What is this? Oh, look, it's a piece of hardwood. Well, that's
they like wood.
They like wood. It's a good treat.
That's right. Yeah.
There you go. Well, your wood's warm. It's hard to find warm wood in the winter.
I don't know. I'm thinking about trees that regulate the sap temperature.
I know a lot about trees
And science.
and science.
Well, humans are warm-blooded. What does it mean to be warm-blooded?
It means you're warm.
No, it means your body temperature is regulated.
It's regulated.
Right.
You
You
see?
know what regulation is, right?
Yeah, that's what I have on my barbecue tank. If you can just yabber away and I'll be filled with all this interesting information.
You want to go fishing?
Okay, let's fish.
We have concluded our broadcast schedule for today. Good night.